People are asking me, when will the housing market in Florida crash? They tell me I'm going to wait as prices are dropping, and it's going to be just like the Great Recession of about a decade ago, and I'm going to pick up a deal then when that happens. Or the other question is, if I buy now, what will the value of my home look like in a year or two? These are fundamental questions and statements, and it's essential that you understand the facts of the market to make a really good choice if you're purchasing. So in this video, I will provide information on those questions and statements with facts, not just by the seat of my pants, and also tell you what may be the most significant advantage of purchasing a house in this current market. Aren't we all feeling with these high interest rates that the market is crashing? Or that's at least what the word is on the street, because they listen to fake news. Well, here's what I want to tell you. Reporters report what they hear, and indeed, more times than not, it's always negative stories, right? They are not experts in the real estate market, nor are they experts in many other things, but that's a video for another time. So here are the facts from our economists and from working in the industry for many years. So the first question is, are prices dropping? Prices are correcting, mainly in the listed price, not in the sold price. Early last year, there was no thought given to pricing a home. A price was placed on a home by the seller, and there were lines of people waiting to buy. Thank goodness that market has changed. I have selected Martin County to use as an example. I have information on all surrounding counties such as Palm Beach, St. Lucie County, Broward, and if you would like them, please comment below and I will get that information right to you. So you can see in this slide, sales have declined. Yes, much of this is due to higher interest rates. Now, this is interesting because many of you will say, well, I remember when interest rates were 15% and houses still sold. Yes, that's true. However, back then, housing was affordable. In today's market, housing is not affordable, and then you add the higher mortgage payment, and it's out of the reach of many. Just look at this slide that gives you information where the median price keeps climbing, and also the monthly payment took off like a rocket. However, in this slide again, look at the median price. It's still standing strong. Sellers are receiving about 98% from their asking price if they have corrected it to this current market. The next question is, are prices crashing? There is a range of forecasts from many economists. It would be best to decide what data you feel comfortable using in your decision. With that being said, consensus is that we are looking at prices to either remain flat or rise about 5% here in Florida. Here you can see in the beginning of last year, people were gaining 25% equity more when they were selling their house, and we ended the year at about 5%. Still very good considering those interest rates were going up. That now begs the question, will prices continue to drop? You will see that sales have slowed down, but that's not the only ingredient, meaning supply and demand, to correct the market. A flood of supply was one of the root causes in the last recession from overbuilding and foreclosures. So let's look at a flood of supply if that's going on in this current market. As you observe, our new listings are about the same as 2019 level, and certainly not off the charts with tons of inventory like in the Great Recession. Look at it compared to last year. New listings have actually subsided. Home builders have learned their lesson in the past, and that is that they are highly unlikely to build more inventory or homes than they can sell. So home builders are not a possibility. Well, let's answer the question of wanting to wait until homeowners are underwater and purchase a foreclosure. Mass foreclosures is extremely unlikely. There was too much cash used to purchase homes over the last 10 years, and many other homeowners were fortunate enough to receive a mortgage interest rate of 3% or maybe just a little higher and have gained a ton of equity. Do you think that they're going to go into foreclosure? If a homeowner is having economic problems, they will sell their home on the open market and pocket the profit. They're not going to hand the keys over to the bank or they're going to find a way to stay in that home because rental prices are absolutely ridiculous and they don't want to be in that situation, which is reflected in this chart. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the bell to receive my videos released every Tuesday, filled with lots of real estate information. And if you have questions about this video or others, please write them below and I will get right back to you. So if our demand is still high and the supply is low from what I just mentioned, what is bolstering home buyer demand in Florida? Well, it's a hot place to live right now, and I'm not talking about the heat. It's an ideal location for untethered remote workers, plus our housing affordability is lower than on the east and west coast of the United States, plus no state income tax, and the list goes on. You know that over 1,000 people a day are moving to Florida, and of course they need housing, putting more demand on our market. So let's look at where they're coming from. Here's a slide on out-of-state driver's license being exchanged when moving to Florida, and drum roll please, look who the winner is. It's New York. Right behind him is New Jersey and California, running neck to neck. I have lived in Florida for many years, and this is the first time I have seen Californians moving to Florida. However, can you really blame them? This demand is keeping Florida's housing market very competitive. Many feel that the market has slowed down. However, look at the dollar volume of homes sold. There may be fewer sales, but the prices are holding strong, only second to 2021, which was not a real market with the craziness of after coming out of the pandemic. Now, what are some of the negatives in the Florida market? Well, like everywhere else, our mortgage rates are high. We are seeing a slight decrease in rates right now, but it's still very high since the beginning of 2022. Our insurance costs, we have a very high insurance rate. You may want to watch this video where I explain what the issue is. You may be really surprised. The next is economic uncertainty. Everyone feels the effects of higher prices, and our dollars certainly are not going as far as they were a few years ago. To sum it up, for those of you who must move because of a job or marriage or whatever family situation it might be, well, if you're able to get approved for a home with these mortgage rates, you are most likely better off than paying for the rental rates that are occurring right now. Or if you are paying cash, you may really have some bargaining power with a seller. The next question that I mentioned in the beginning is, will you be okay in a year or two with what's happening in the economy and home prices? Well, unfortunately, none of us have that crystal ball. However, just like in 2020 when the housing market stopped, I said we did not have a housing crisis, we had a health crisis. The market soared due to lack of inventory and people moving to Florida. Well, once the interest rates drop, we will probably see a housing shortage due to the above reasons that I just gave you, and most likely we will be back to the multi-offer situation and struggling to find a home. Right now, there actually are some choices. Our contracted inventory and builders subsiding is going to just add to the situation of low housing inventory when we do come out of this. Well, the biggest, most significant thing I can tell you, if you need to purchase now, prices will remain flat or increase maybe a little as much as 5%. And right now, you can actually choose a home without being number 30 in 3 hours to see a particular property with tons of multiple offers and not getting yours accepted, which is what we were doing the same time last year. It was so frustrating for everyone, the buyers, the sellers, the realtors. So now, if you are considering buying a home, you actually can take a breath and make a decision. Plus, if you're buying new construction, there are some great deals out there which won't happen with interest rates declining because right now home builders are contracting. Now that you know a little bit more about the market, and it is exciting to watch what's occurring, I encourage you to let me know your thoughts. If you are considering purchasing, I want to see what you are experiencing or if I can answer any questions for you. So in the meantime, let's go to this video to learn a little bit more about the real estate market. Until next time, see you later.